Hi Stampers, it's Madeline from stampinwithmadeline.stampinup.net, and today we're making this adorable card that I just absolutely love. It is with this adorable bear from the Fa La 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 Friends. There's a really cute llama in it and a little bear, but this card is just going to have the big bear in it, and you could adjust it any way you wanted. You could even put all three if you wanted to in this card. So today we're going to make this, so let's get started. Alright, so first I cut out Whisper White, and I did this in measurements of 8.5 by 5.5, and then I scored it at 4.25. So we'll just get that over there. Then I did this red cherry cobbler from the Warmth and Cheer set, and I did this at measurements of 5.25 by 4. Then for the third layer, this is Garden Green from that Warmth and Cheer set, and I did this at 5 and 3.5. And then if you can just get a little scrap of real red, I did a little bit lighter color for this just so that it would show up on the card, and I did this scrap at 1/2 inch by 2.5. Okay, so let's get started. So the green and the red, I just want to let you know, this is part of the Warmth and Cheer set. So this is Cherry Cobbler and Garden Green. So that comes in a set of 12 by 12 sheets. Let me show you. So here they are. They come 12 by 12, Cherry Cobbler and Garden Green, and you can get it right on my website. This is part of the holiday catalog right now, so you will have only till January 1st for the holiday catalog. Alright, so the first step for this card, if you look at this card, is you can see that the background, I actually did an embossing folder on the back. So with this Cherry Cobbler, we're going to use the Holly embossing folder. So you're just going to set it right in here and close it up. You're going to put it through your Big Shot. So I'm going to go put it through my Big Shot, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here it is. Look at how pretty that is. I hope you can see on the camera all those details. I am just in love with this embossing folder. Alright, so that's the first step. Now, the next step is going to be the whole design of this card. So let's get right into it. So first, we're going to be using the stamp set Lovely as a Tree, an oldie but a goodie. And this I have in the wood block. So this is the tree that we're going to be using. So I am going to use Emerald Envy, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to be stamping off. So this is a technique to make it so that the trees in the background are lighter than what this tree is going to be, because I want this to stand out more than this. So I'll put this right here so you can see what we're doing. Alright, so we're going to take our Lovely as a Tree, we're going to tap, tap, tap on this Emerald Envy. Now, the important thing with stamping off is that it needs to be an even stamp off. So you want to stamp it just like you're doing on your regular Garden Green. So count to 3, pull up, alright? And then you want this to kind of be all over the place. You want the trees to look very natural. So I'm going to do just like the very bottom over here. So press down for 3 seconds, lift up, and see it's very light. That's what we want. So again, tap, tap, tap on the Emerald Envy. You're going to stamp off, hold for 3 seconds, lift up, and then we're going to put a tree over here. So again, press down, 3 seconds. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and finish the... So that is our background for this card. Now we're going to work on the tree that is popped up here. So I forgot to tell you, you will need a scrap of the Garden Green that will fit this stamp of the tree. So we're going to tap, tap, tap again, and this time we're not going to stamp off. We're going to stamp right onto this piece of paper. So make sure your whole tree is covered with ink. We're going to line it up and press down. Count to 3, lift up. Look at that. Just a beautiful stamp. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're actually going to fussy cut this out. So I'm going to cut it out and we will get it on Stampin' Dimensionals. Okay, so here is our tree. You can cut it out any way that you want. I don't have any kind of punch. There are some tree sets that have the framelits or the punch. This one I do not have. And I'm not sure if there is one. But anyways, so fussy cut it out, and now we're going to do our bear. So let's set this aside for right now, and we're going to get our bear out. So here is the big bear. I am going to do him in chocolate chip. So get your chocolate chip stamp pad out. And we're going to do him on a scrap of Whisper White. Okay, so once you have a scrap of Whisper White, we're going to tap, tap, tap him on the chocolate chip. Make sure you get him fully covered. Okay, and this, as you can see, is a photopolymer stamp. So with photopolymer stamps, you need to have some kind of mat underneath to make it so that you get a clean image. So I have the Stampin' Up! Piercing pad that I'm going to use. So here we go. We're going to put that underneath. We're going to flip him over and stamp him right on here. So stamp down, press with even pressure on him for 3 seconds. Lift up. Look how cute he is. Okay, so now we're going to get to the fun part of coloring in his outfit. Okay, so I am going to use a blender pen. So I used this in my last video. A blender pen makes it so that you can move around the color and use any ink pad you want. And so you kind of create your own marker. So what we do is you close this ink pad. So when it's closed, you press like 3 times and you get this awesome thumbprint in the middle, like a huge thumbprint. And you take your blender pen, you move it around in here, you get some nice color on your blender pen, and then you start coloring in the bear. So you want to do a light touch. It depends on how dark you want him or how light you want him. But he's turning out dark, so we're going to keep doing that. So if you do a dark bear, you're going to have to re-ink your blender pen quite a few times. Let's color him in. Okay, so when you're done with the blender pen, you want to wipe off the tip. It is going to stay stained, but just wipe off the tip. So as you can see, I made him a pretty dark bear. I kind of did a little bit lighter in the face just so we would see his facial expression. So we're going to close that. Now I'm going to show you the marker. So this is a real red marker. It comes in the bright set that I just bought. I'm going to use, there's 2 sides. There's a thin side and a thick side. I'm going to use the thick side and I'm going to color in his outfit. So the thing with this is that it's not like the blender pen. You can't move around the color like I was able to with the blender pen. So once this is down, it's that color. So let's go ahead. Okay, so now that we're done with that, we're going to go and fussy cut this out. Okay, so here is our bear. There is a framelit set that you can get so you don't have to fussy cut him out, but I don't have that, so I fussy cut it out. So now we're going to get to put together this card, so let's get started. So we're going to take the background that we have, and we're going to get our tree that we made, and we're going to get some Stampin' Dimensionals. So let me show you a trick with the Stampin' Dimensionals. This is something you can get off of my website, and it makes it so things are raised, so that it gets that effect like it's 3D. So I learned this at one of the events I went to. A lady taught me to cut your dimensionals in half, and it makes it so it lasts a lot longer. So I have some of these cut in half. Let me get one off. Alright, so once you cut it in half, put one near the top of the tree and one near the bottom. Okay. Now, we're going to kind of decide where we want our bear. We're going to end up cutting off some of his feet. So we kind of want him poking out like he's hiding and popping out behind the tree. So get your adhesive out, adhesive him down so we can place him where we want. I think I'll put him right here. Place it down. Okay, and then take the backing off your dimensionals and decide where you want the tree before you place it. So I'm going to put it right here. So as you can see, some of the things are hanging off the bottom. So just go and trim that. Okay, look how cute that looks already. Okay, so now we're going to add some string. So I cut out about a foot long string, and I did it in real red and some string I got from Paper Pumpkin. All right, so once you have that, let's get this string around the card. All right, so let's place it behind the tree and just get a bow going with this string. Okay. Once you get the bow on, you want to add a glue dot to keep it in place. So it's okay if it's a little loose. You can tighten it up when you put adhesive on the back, but we just want it to stay in the same place that it's in right now. So we're going to put a glue dot on. So I have some glue dots from my Paper Pumpkin. You can buy a whole box on my website if you need more glue dots. We're going to take up that white piece and we're just going to place the knot right where the glue dot is. All right, so now we can go in, trim your edges. All right, so I have everything trimmed. Now, we want to do the little saying at the top. So we're going to take out that piece of extra red, real red that we had, and the real red will match the string, so it'll tie in nicely. So let me show you my trick I did for this. So I have my Paper Pumpkin block here. The saying is from the Fa La 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 Friends. I didn't want the whole thing, I just wanted this part. So what I did was I actually hung off the other side. So some people cut them, I didn't want to cut it, I want to wait and see. But I was able to fold it so that I don't get any ink on the other side. I won't have to use any of that, I can just use what I want. So we're going to get our archival black ink out. This is the basic black. We're going to tap, tap, tap again on this. Make sure all your words get covered. Okay. We're going to center it. Place down. Oh. Okay, so here it is. I actually cut it a little bit smaller and I did some banners on it. Now, you'll want to put this in the top of your card. Okay, so like right up here. So put a little adhesive on it. And we're going to put it right up here. There we are. Okay, so now we want to put adhesive on the back of this. And remember, it was kind of loose on the front. So we're going to hold it here where we want it. And we're going to place the adhesive right over the strings. So that's going to hold it in place. So hold it again on this side. There we go. So see, now it's nicely tight. So then you're going to take your cherry cobbler that's in the holly pattern. We're going to center this on there. All right. How cute this is. Adjust your bow any way you want. Okay, and now we're going to put it on our Whisper White. We are almost there. So go around the edges. Now we're going to center it in this. So there's going to be some white showing on all the sides. All right, and there we go. An easy holiday card where you can use different techniques like the off stamping and the embossing folder and using the blender pen. This is, I just love these bears and I think that you'll really love it too. Let me know in the comments if you're able to make this and what you like about it, and if you made any changes to the one that you made. Please subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up if you liked this video. Again, my website is stampinwithmadelyn.stampinup.net. And I have a swap going on that's going to be closing on Monday, Halloween, for sign up. 5 new holiday swaps, also some thank you cards, gift tags, candy bags, lots of fun stuff on there. It's on Stampin' Connection for any demonstrators that are watching. I also have it posted on some of the Stampin' Up! Facebook groups. And I also have a Stamp 10 group where I'm doing some long distance versions of it where you buy supplies that you want, and I will have the videos up on YouTube of how to make the cards, and I would send you the supplies to make the card. So let me know if you're interested in the comments below. I really hope you enjoyed this card. Keep stamping, Stampers!